their last thinking whatever he's
Yeah,
supposed to do for them is supposed to come through, but it never came through, and they end up
that,
getting
that,
put out.
that was a young man in California. He was on Midwest show. He's a young man. He's like in his 20s, mid to late 20s or early 30s. And he was on Midwest show one time, and he was saying something about he was one of the first ones, including another guy in California. They were one of the first ones that loaned $1,000 to Midwest, I guess for Alexandria. They were one of the first ones to get that process done. And so this young man was staying in his car in
Mic
California
check. Okay, it's good.
when it was hot. What's all Otis? When it was hot.
Oh, I'm
This
sorry.
young man was
I'm in the trouble. I'm sorry.
you good, you good. All this, you were on the show that time, and Midwest on that show with this young man. They was like, the man would say, listen, man, I'm in my car. It's hot. I'm trying to hurry and get this process done. I've been trying to call Alexandra. She ain't answered the phone, blah, blah, blah. And so the man said in his car, he couldn't move. He didn't have no gas money. So I said, man, I can't. I said, man, drop your cash app. So I sent this young man some money, and I had been sending him money so he could get some food to eat and get gas in his car so he could travel around to get things taken care of. Now, there are a plethora of people, Midwest, that trusted in you, have spent. Some people spent money with you, and some people spent money with Alexandra. I had sent the 15.5 to Alexandra based on you. So it was based on you I did that, Midwest. And nothing came out of it. It was the way the show, Otis, the way the class has been given. It was so unorganized because you were on the phone for about 4 or 5, 6 hours, and y'all they didn't take into consideration that people have lives. It was so unorganized. Then all this you realized that things wasn't being ran right. So they tried to throw you on the bus because you was speaking up like things ain't right. So I didn't throw Midwest on the bus, but a lot of people would call me up because they didn't have the money to lend. People got put out their houses, people got put out their apartments, and people calling me up, asking me for money, asking me could they come stay with me, based on what you said, Midwest. So you talk about operating honor? I bought the International Bill of Exchange from you, Midwest, and there was grammatical errors all through it, Midwest. I bought that from you. I got the cash app showing you all the money that I sent to you and all the plethora of people that I sent to you. And when I lost money with you, I didn't throw you on the bus. And there were people who sent money to you that you kept, and you claim you didn't remember that they sent it to you. And did you start blocking folks? Midwest, I don't operate like that.
I don't mean to cut you off. I see it, and I'm not trying to be messy because you are a good man. Nobody's perfect. I see it, and I got the videos to back it up. Midwest is a piece of shit. He's a crook. He's a fucking crook, and he know it, and he hides behind other people. He doxed me. He put my information out there, which he thought it was going to hurt me, but he forgot I'm fucking him. I'm him. So you can't hurt me because my shit was already locked up in private and all that. You knew what you did was wrong. You knew you and Alexandra was taking folks' money. You knew it. Now, for the record, I'm going to even say this because I'm a realist. Your intentions was probably good. It probably was. You was probably lied to. But at some point, you figured out the truth.
He did.
You figured out the fucking truth and you held on to it. I know a lot of shit that I'm not gonna go out there, but you know you wrong, bro. You know you wrong. That silver shit that you got from somebody else.
Exactly.
But you go off and say it's yours. The CP5 shit that you had me tricked to give out like I was teaching the class, and you know you set that shit up. You stole that shit from not gonna say her name out of respect, but you know where you got that shit from. Like you got the status correction. That's why I'm selling it for only $200 because it ain't yours in the first damn place.
Thank you, Otis.
How the hell you gonna sell something that ain't yours? Dumb motherfucker.
Silly, man.
Lie. You lying. You's a liar. You's a liar.
Famous nobody.
You a liar. And you gonna get everything you deserve. Again, I'm not perfect. I'm not. But I never stole from nobody. I always came with clean hands. If I did something wrong, I tried my best to correct it. Ain't nobody say I owe them shit. Nobody.
Exactly. Otis.
I will say this part. Shicey Bum said that black people has. Let me say this. Shicey Bum said black people has lost sense of community. I would agree with her
Right.
on that point. I do believe we have lost a sense of
Right.
community and togetherness, and it's, to be honest with you, it should never be about, hey, what's up, man? Another FedEx package? Yes, sir. Appreciate
Oh
you.
shit. I already know what's that. All right.
Yeah.
We know what's up with FedEx packages. We know what's up.
We got another one.
Damn.
But let me get back to it. Nah, Shicey Bun
Okay,
did
go ahead,
say
go ahead.
this. You know, I can go at it damn right, but I'm just gonna let you know this ain't that type of channel. I don't talk about love, relationships, none of that. So it's a totally different vibe over here. But she did say something that I will agree with. We have lost sense of community, coming
We do.
together. It's
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
I don't think it's a problem. It shouldn't just be one person that got all the information, all the knowledge, and you can only go through one person. Like I don't think a community is you. Otis, you may be good in trust. Famous nobodies, you may be good with the DOT stuff. I may be good with the securitization and tax stuff. Chief Mac, you may be good with the status. I'm just giving general stuff. I don't
Yeah, I
believe
got you.
why we have to be like, only go get it for me. Don't mess with nobody else. If I mean and this is why I believe where we lost a sense of competition. I mean, lost a sense of community, because it don't matter what black people as a whole. We always, I'm not speaking about anybody, him in general. We always feel the need. We got to compete with each other. It always got to be a
Right.
competition.
That part.
It always got to be some type of competition. The first one to get through, and once the first one to get through, you sit there and hold your status up against everybody else, and then want to let certain people through as long as they kissing your ass long enough to keep you on your high horse.
Yep.
So that sense of competition, and we all still trying to figure this shit out. Don't none of us know it all. Don't
Right,
not
that
and
part.
none of us know this shit all.
That part.
We didn't create this fucking system. We all still trying to figure this shit out. Now, we may be astute and knowledgeable in the areas that we have figured out, but that don't mean we know it all. Just
Thomas,
because.
can I please? Okay.
Go ahead. Do your thing. Go
Can
ahead.
I please say something? And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. And this is where people, and Shicey Bum, she is correct. We have lost sense of community.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You're right. What you said, though, is correct, too, though, Thomas. We all four on here, all four grown men. At some point, I'm going to use my real life situation. You know me, I keep this shit real. At some point, me and Thomas had a disagreement, but we grown men, and we worked that shit out behind the scenes. It wasn't nobody's fucking business.
Yeah.
Even though, for the record, I'm a joke, but seriously, at the same time, he came out here and spazzed some shit out. He said some shit like, this motherfucker tripping. I could have easily came up. I'm like, no. I'm keeping it real. I'm telling y'all the truth. I'm gonna sit back. I deleted his number from my phone. I said, I'm gonna take the high road. I'm gonna chill out. But he saw. I'm gonna tell you how real men act. He saw that I was being attacked based off a statement that I made, trying to express and reveal to the world how to handle situations. And he came, and I didn't know that was him calling me. I just answered the phone. And when I heard his voice, the first thing I said was, not to put him on Front Street, I said, hey, man, ain't trying to be funny. We ain't talked in a minute. I'm going through something right now. I don't want to hear no bullshit. I'm not ready for that right now. With all due respect. It was that same tone, just like that. And as a man, this motherfucker said, and motherfucker, I mean as a terms of endearment, I'm not here on that, bro. Exactly. I'm here to talk to you about something, and I want to talk to you about that. I'm not here on that bullshit.
Thomas a real dude, man.
I know, like I'm a real dude. Man. Like I know you a real dude, and I know like Yusuf a real dude. Yusuf, dude, people gonna have disagreements, but you come together and work that shit out.
Yes.
Period. So that's the whole point of this. Now with the situation with me and Midwest, real life situation. If he just would have just man up and called me like you want him to do you, none of this would have never gotten nowhere, because I would have respected him as a man, and we would have agreed to disagree and went our separate ways. That's what real men do. But he's doing you the same way he's did me and the same way he does everyone. When his bitch ass get painted in a corner, he do what bitches do. He closed his eyes and windmill. You bitch. And I'm saying it because you're not a man. You's a bitch. For real, and you wrong.
Now, I would say this, though. I would say this part. I let him know what I was going to do today. I told him I go on live. I'm going to bring Chief Mac up and stuff. So I texted him and said, I'm not going to just have it. I'll let you know ahead of time what I'm doing. So you want to come and bring your grievances to this man face to face, you can come on my channel. I give you the link. I want you there. Because I was like, yo, we need to get this straight. Because I don't do that shit, stealing shit and selling. I don't want to be associated with any, because it's not just me, it's just everything that comes with it, guilty by association type shit. He never responded to the text. So I decided to have the class. I had to have the live anyway. He never responded to the text.
First of all, for the record, you're not saying anything negative. You're allowing and holding the platform to allow people to talk. So for the record, ain't nobody holding you accountable. We're all grown. I'm saying what I'm saying. Chief Mac, for real, for the record, he's not being disrespectful. He's not. He's handling it like a gentleman. He's wanting to come up and he's trying to defend himself. That's me talking shit because I can, and I'm being petty right now. That's all. and I will admit that. I admit that. I'm being petty. It's not. I'm not staying in my manhood. I'm not being stoic at this point because I want this shit to come out because he wrong. Wrong is wrong, bro.
Now, famous nobodies. Now, I talked about the Department of Transportation in my live yesterday with the old head. I think you was there when I gave the story about how the old head went through the Department of Transportation to get to see who had the bonds to his case, shit like that. I think if you was live, you probably seen that. Now, I will say, so, but I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I just know what he did. I never did with that. But I do remember several months back that I remember that he did have a short talking about DOT, Department of Transportation. I didn't know that came from you. And then, so can you give us a backdrop of how that happened, how that's going?
Yeah, so I was following this channel. I was just following it, like, bored as shit. I just came home or whatever, so I was just on YouTube seeing it. Long story short, it was like around last year, either September, October, around that time when I heard him speaking about the DOT. But everything that he was saying was like weird, like go through the state and do all this extra other shit. So I ended up reaching out to him, and he gave me his number. So I called him. And the only reason why I really called him, because I was gravitating more to Otis. Like the way he came on, like the first day I saw him, the passion in his voice was there. I was like, yeah, I fuck with old head. Like he just like me. Like I can feel, you know what I mean, his energy. And he wasn't like he'll stop people from saying certain things because all this shit isn't for everybody. But I also seen that, like I saw that Midwest was it was like a money grab. Everything was this week we got this, tomorrow we got that, this week we got this, and it's like you were saying prior to in your other videos, everything just kept moving forward, but nothing was being resolved. There was no solution to anything. I gave him a phone call one day and was like, listen, I've been dealing with the DOT for, it was probably like a couple months, March of last year, and I haven't been pulled over one time because I did it the correct way. But I also took about a year doing research and everything, speaking to the FMCSA. I had ended up building a rapport with the lady that gave me access to some knowledge, and I used it. Lo and behold, you know, like I said, we drive. I get in my car, travel, drive. I don't even worry about the language, but I get in my car and I just go every day. Police get behind me, and that's all. Bust the EDU and just keep it moving. But when I saw that he had services, so I'm like, let me go check it out. $500 for the USDOT number. I'm like, first off, I gave it to you for free. The information.
Oh, so that came from you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
That's like a
Wow.
lot
You
of
see
stuff.
what I'm
Wow.
saying? Yeah,
I got
okay.
information from somebody. You feel me? Like I took my time about a year. Yeah, about a year, 9 months to a year. Did all my research, everything, and once I had it solidified, I made sure all of my family members had this shit first. Like they, everybody that wanted to be a part of it, I put it on people. And everything's been good, but lo and behold, and it's just crazy that I'm like, I see them, the Bull King B, and they doing these things, finally doing some, some right shit. He still got an answer for the things that he did, and I even said something to him when it was an issue between him and Otis. I'm like, bro, I went to his live, well, not on his live, but I went into the comments and was like, yo, take this shit down because you know what you did with, you feel me, coming towards me. You know what you did. I don't have to say nothing. I'm not going to say nothing. Take it down. He took it down. Like, I didn't like the way he was coming at Otis. Like,
Wow.
because it was just, y'all both was on live at the same time. So I'm back and forth. I'm like, well, damn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bro, take that down. We going, you know what I mean? Leave that man alone. He leave you alone. Y'all go your separate ways. That's why when I seen a 500, I was like, okay, he all about the money. Like, because if I said that I had something for all three of y'all that and it ended up being that it didn't work, I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna make sure that I first give you your money back. I'm gonna refund
Okay. That
you,
point.
and
That point.
then when I do get something, whatever I get is free because I fucked up on the first behalf. You know what I mean, on the first part, and that's just
Right.
business.
This
In
is
business, man. If you fuck up, you make it right. So that way, in the future, your business won't get fucked up for the shit that you did. Because you'll never prosper trying to fuck people over. Like it just don't. You know what I mean? It just will never
so
work.
that DOT, that $500 for the DOT stuff. Basically, you talked to him. I guess you gave him some bits and pieces of it. Uh, and I see you didn't give him the final whatever needed to bring it to full fruition, and you gave
Yep.
that to him. And then next time
Mhm.
you tapped in, he had it for sale.
Ta. Yeah,
Yep.
all right.
Yep.
Yeah,
Sound
Like
just like
immediately.
Oh shit.
and that's what I'm
Okay.
talking about too.
sound just like them. He
That's
did
it.
the
So,
same
and it's
thing
crazy, right?
when we was in that think tank. Did the same thing. The first time somebody show us something in the think tank, because I was part of the think
Great.
tank, especially the young lady, which I won't say her name, but Thomas know who I'm talking about, out of respect. As soon as he'll get that anything, he'll go put a price on it and go right to his platform and say, hey, I got this new process. I'm having a class on such and such date. It's just that easy.
Yep.
But then he'll have plausible deniability because I knew what he was doing. He will purposely just drop in and out of the think tank on purpose because he knew he was taking people money, but he knew in his heart that shit wasn't going through, unbeknownst to me and the other people on the think tank. So he had so-called plausible deniability when the shit started hitting the fan, and he would be like, I was telling you I wasn't part of it. But we got proof. We got
Ah.
proof that people were sending you money. We got
Yep.
proof.
And
Oh
see,
They
that
wow.
was
got
my
the
thing.
receipts that they were sending you money for those classes.
That was my thing
Proof.
too, right?
And this
So
and this is
Proof.
after and this is after when I first went live and I told you, when I had the conversation with the person and I was like, nah, get the hell up out of there. Then
Yes.
this all transpired after that.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I see what you're saying. Oh
And
wow.
that brought a lot of attention to my eyes. Yes. Because I
Right,
was used. And I came up front and admitted I was used because I felt wrong. Because he
right.
had me teaching that damn CP5 class with my likeness on there.
Yeah,
And got motherfuckers saying that that's me teaching that. I
Yeah,
just learned
because
that from,
that was the
not to say her
consensus.
name.
I seen
I'm
that
like,
too.
what?
I
That was
peeped
the
that too.
consensus. You're
I
right,
peeped
Oh,
that
Otis.
too.
man.
That was the consensus. You're
Yep.
right. You're right.
Yep.
On the record, all these people on the panel, except for Thomas, because he wasn't part of it, y'all know damn well that wasn't me teaching that class. I
yeah.
just happened to
Okay.
be on the damn
On
think
there.
tank with
Yeah.
the information,
Right.
And he was like, man, can you just come in and show them what to do to get
Because
them
you can
prepared to come
articulate.
in?
Because you can
And he
articulate it
used
better
that,
than you
and
can.
he did that shit on purpose. He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing with his slick ass. So I had to come out and be transparent.
See,
Yes.
that was my whole reason for just giving him that information, because I seen out of all the videos that he had, like he was just scamming people. Like, I'm not gonna say
Come on,
scamming.
bro.
His intentions might have been pure, like somebody said earlier. But once you
Yep.
realize
See?
that shit didn't work, stop
Exactly.
talking about it. Give that money back, or whatever it is you got to do to make that right with that specific person, and you keep it moving. But when I seen that, I'm looking at the people in the chat, and I'm like, damn, I feel sorry for these people. Like, let me help them out. I'm like, yo, bro, and I had a phone call with him. It was probably like a 20-minute phone call, 12 in the morning. I'm like, man, listen, here go the information. I'm gonna send you the video, step-by-step video that shows you how to do the DOT to get it for free, $0. Once you do that, you've already completed it. Now you have to do other things like set up your bond and things like that, which I never showed him. So he just went straight to the DOT, probably
Money.
getting it. Probably
Yeah.
getting the DOT, not a US DOT. Probably isn't interstate. So you trapping yourself to one state, but your shit might not even still be right, because it still might be registered to the state. So they still got jurisdiction to pull you over either way. So if your shit's
Now
not
listen.
good,
Wow.
like it's sad.
And that goes to show you. Now that goes to show you the mentality of the different type of people that you're dealing with. Now, for the record, and you could clarify this. I'm pretty sure, because I remember like yesterday, you offered me the same information, correct, sir?
It was the same. Literally the same day. I actually hit you
Wow.
first.
Now that
I
was
hit
several
you
months
first,
ago.
because I
Have I
fucked with
ever
you.
even called you and acted up on that?
Nope. And
Thank you.
it's
Thank
crazy
you.
because I was hitting Otis. I hit Otis
Wow.
about 4 times,
Thank
bro.
you.
I hit
Wow.
Otis about 4 times because I
And
wanted him to have the information first, because I knew, you know what I mean? I seen that he was going to court, doing things, and I'm like, I know he's a stand-up dude from the first video that I saw with him.
I
It was
appreciate that, fam.
instant.
Yes.
It was like an instant, like, yeah, that's my old head. I fuck with Bull, like heavy, just like with you, Thomas. I was like, I could relate to him, like, you
Yeah.
feel me, off the rip. So that's why.
Same thing with Chief Mac.
That's
Chief
why.
Mac, me and him talked a couple of
Yeah,
times.
Chief
Not
Mac for
often, just a
sure.
few times a few
Yep.
months ago. That we kept missing each other, y'all out with the rule, but we could have easily transferred. Matter of fact, I think he did send me some documents. But to this day, I never use them. I don't sell them. We don't do that to people you respect. You don't do that. And
That's
I'm
like,
pretty sure he sent me some information. I never utilize it. I'm not trying to put it in the packet like I easily can, like most so-called gurus and teachers do. We seen it. Nobody can never say I've done that. Nobody.
and
Because
that
I'm
was
not that type of guy. And
right.
and the reason I didn't respond to you yet, because like like we all do, if we all grown men, we have our own things going on.
We do our own thing.
I was focusing on some other stuff. So
Yep.
I wouldn't dare take that information if I'm doing something else, because you're not supposed to mix shit. We all know that.
And that's just
but
like,
now I'm gonna ask you for it. You know what I'm saying?
Look.
Keep it 100. But you get what I'm saying. Though my point is,
yeah, for sure.
come on, bro.
Yeah, this shit's sad. So that was my
People
whole.
showed you who they are.
Yep, that was my whole sentiment on why I wanted to give him the information, so he wouldn't charge nobody, and they would actually get something for all the money that they paid, even though that's not equivalent, like, at all. Like, you can't take something for free. That's like the person that gave it to me. Say, here, take this video. White Bull did it. Here, he gonna show you everything. All you gotta do is know how to create your bond and everything. And I did all of my things based off the state and federal regulations. That's how I created my bond. I actually called the state commissioner and said, hey, this, that, like, bro, that's my thing. Just like Thomas, he be having those recordings. I got thousands and thousands of recordings, like, with my job. Like, I'm not the normal employee at my job, and they know it. Not like little stupid shit like that, but
say less. I know what you're talking about. Yes, I know.
You know what I mean? It's to the point where, like,
my wife set up that way. I got you.
Yeah, I have the information. I don't necessarily really like I don't really care about money to the point where it's like I gotta have it to get $1 billion, like that type thing. It is
I'm
important.
glad you said that.
Like I got 7 kids to take care of and a wife.
Damn.
You feel me? So yeah, so it's very important. So for me to just give him that, and then for him to do that, but not even hit me with a $5. Just be like, look, bro, I know you said it was for free, but here, take this $5. I'd have probably been like, you know, it's $5. It's just.
But yeah, he's turning around selling it for hundreds of dollars.
Here's the point I have, guys. This is the point I have. Look at a person's lifestyle, and you can see that the person have a glutton lifestyle.
Yeah, that background was fucked up.
We have a parasitic lifestyle, the way you live your life, where you run through money to the point you got to run and get it right now, right quick, and whatever you have to do to attach yourself to get it. I'm not calling no names out. I don't have a parasitic lifestyle. I'm going to tell you something about me. I'll be 53 years old in a few weeks. I don't look like it. I have to keep the young girls off me. Okay, then I'm still going to give you a 25-year-old ass kicking, man.
Right.
With these nuts I got. I don't need no fucking help, nigga. I'm from the mean streets of Gary, Indiana. I operate in honor, and I am not fucking perfect. If I have an aunt with my brother, that's why you can tell you're not a righteous man. Because if you have an aunt with your brother, and let me tell you something, sometimes we don't agree on all things. And we make like the thing that's so beautiful is the way Otis and Lamont had a little aunt with each other. But they got some right. It's a beautiful thing to see how these brothers, like real fucking men, put that shit aside and said, brother, if you trespassing me, I apologize. And they squared up to the point they're talking to. Then they say beautiful thing. And that shows the measurement of a true God man.
Yeah. Real
I got nothing but honor, love, and respect.
Well, you know, with me, you know, I had to grow up fast. I'm sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead, bro.
And see,
I had to grow up fast where I was at. I had to grow up fast. Playing little shenanigans like this, when I was in the pen, that could have cost you your life.
I seen niggas die.
That could have cost you your life.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I had to grow up. I had to grow up fast. So these are principles I stand on because I was around the convicts. Right. Not the inmates, the convicts. So the tolerance for disrespect, playing games, taking people money, not bringing their shit, that shit can be deadly. That shit can 0 to 1,000 and 2.5.
It's you, your family too. Facts.
Family too. Not just great people. See, this is all understand. This is what I want to say. This is the same way before you go. This want to say one thing. We are not. This is what I see, y'all, and this is why. Of course, I want to share more than what I actually share, and the stuff I do decide to share that don't come behind the price tag, I want to share it. That's why I drop gems. I drop it in the manner I do, so only the astute can pick it up. Because I know if I come directly out with it, I already know next week somebody's going to have it for sale. I know this.
Yep. No bullshit. That's how quick this shit go. Like it's sad. Like,
So my
it'll be up for sale, and that's not the point. The point is to get the understanding and the knowledge first, not just to put 5,000 different things on the market. But
and that's why he's never got any remedy.
It is on the market. You have to make sure you either got some type of personal results, or you could get someone the foundation and the understanding so they can get their own results. We are not responsible for everyone's results.
Hell no.
Yep.
I don't want to be.
Yeah, go ahead. Chief Mac, they're Otis.
Got you.
You said what?
Go ahead, Otis.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Chief Mac. Go ahead, Chief Mac.
Listen.
Oh yeah, Chief Mac. I'm sorry, Chief Mac. They're Otis. My fault. Yeah.
Yeah. So right now, we know he's gonna listen to this, and I just told you, Midwest, that it's not your status correction, and I didn't use yours. I'm gonna send Thomas where I got mine from. That's why it don't look exactly like yours, because I got it from different source. Now you hear me saying this, and it's gonna show people that you ain't a real man. And this is your time to square up and operate from a high vibrational standpoint. Because I'm gonna tell you something, Midwest, loose lips ain't shit, brother. You got 2 ears and 1 pie hole, Midwest. I'm from the mean streets of Gary, Indiana, Midwest. I never went live and tried to slander your name. You put my Facebook profile on there. You tried to really hurt me.
This
And I'm gonna tell
is
you
the
something.
thing. But I do want to. I wanted him to be on here too live so we can all get to a understanding. But like I said, he didn't take the offer, so everybody's here speaking their piece, but him. So I can't force a man to on come live on my channel. But that's because I like to tell people how I feel directly to their face, so they don't hear from no one. This is how I feel. This is what I'm standing on. You can disagree. We can do whatever, but I don't. Everybody that feels how they feel, these are based on their own personal experiences. Okay, and y'all know our past together early this year. Y'all already know how that went. So me personally, I just tell people, man, like you have to. I don't care. I can have a template that has the keys to life on it, but without understanding, it means nothing to you. It's just a piece of paper with words. So
Yeah, you're
go
right,
ahead,
Mark.
go ahead, go ahead. Who's next? Go ahead. Y'all can.
Let me
Go
say
ahead.
something. I have learned so much, man, in the past 3 years, guys. All this, you've been doing this longer than me, Lamont. You know, I am a researcher. I am a man of great wisdom, and I don't fuck around. I know about the spiritual consequences that come when you put your mouth on people and you ain't got all the fucking facts, man. I don't fuck around like that. And I've been through some dangerous situations. I'm here today because I know how to operate in honor. Now, I told you that I use your status correction at all period. And Thomas is going to have, Lamont's going to have copies. I got a booklet on one. I got the actual places is here in Atlanta. What's that solution? Something they're here in Atlanta. I have that whole package that have the status correction, that has the trust, both the living revocable, the 508 C18 irrevocable, the bond, the $100 million bond. Which I'm gonna tell you something. I don't need any of that to get funded, to get taken care of. I don't need any of that. Now I know that. But for those who want to do it, so be it. So I'm telling you that I didn't use it. And you sit there and try to take my Facebook profile, post on your page, and said I'm squatting houses like that, and that's false. But let me tell you something. I speak an ancient language, Midwest. And I am no man to fuck around with, Midwest. I didn't come from you. You came at me. And I'm telling you something. You were in spiritual danger for doing what you did, Midwest. You were in spiritual danger. I'm offering you a chance at redemption. That's my brother. I wish no ill will towards you, Midwest. You are the one that can bring ill will to you based on you operating lower vibrations. And you have a chance at redemption, and I'm offering it to you to clean your house up and stop that bullshit, but keep my name out your mouth. I didn't go lie. I can say what I want to say about you in public, I mean, to somebody else, but I would never take to social media and do what you did. What you did was dangerous. Because I got people that love me in high places. You don't know me like you think you do. To do what you did. You don't know me like you think you do. To pull that move you pulled, Midwest. You have a chance at redemption and clean that shit up. Because I would never do you like that. And that shows that you are a coward for doing what you did. I want to see you in person. We could talk like men. I like to build. I'm a person that like to build people, lift people, motivate, inspire. Because it takes less frequencies to do that. I like to build. I'm a personal trainer. That's why I look good at 53. I don't take any medications. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I can go to the gym and lift the fucking gym up to let these nutcats know I can break your fucking back if you come at me sideways. But I don't try to, I've been there. I've been hit guns fucking me. I've seen death. I don't know what it is to be hungry. So I don't want to come up. I've been that. I don't want to come at you sideways like that. I would never come up somebody sideways like that. But you do the thing that you're doing, Midwest. I'm here to tell you that if you don't cut it out, you are in danger. Because a man that cannot control his emotion is not only a danger to himself, but to those around him. You better cut it out. I did not use you the status correction that you use.
All right.
And the status correction that
All
you use, all this use, is not yours. It's not yours.
All right.
Yeah.
Come
That's
up your
what's up.
house.
You good,
We
Chief
got.
Mac. You good,
All
Chief
right. We
Mac.
got you, Chief
You
Mac. We
good.
got you. All right. Go ahead, Otis.
Listen, I'm going to keep it short and simple. Seriously, all jokes aside, everybody knows who Midwest is. He's already proven to show his true colors. I'm not going to raise my voice or anything like that. It's been proven. He could easily come up here, but he doesn't like to come up here and speak what he needs to speak. He's going to do it on his own platform in a controlled manner in his area where he has the chat to his liking. That's what's going to happen. He would never show up in a room of men that have their own mind and to have a conversation. I guarantee you, we won't even have to raise our voice. I guarantee you, if I'm not even a bad man, but I will bet this: if he was to ever enter a platform like this with me or Chief Mac or with User here, he will be the first one, I guarantee you, to do the first sign of disrespect. He's either going to raise his voice or going to call us out of our name. He's going to be the first one because he won't be able to handle the truth and the true conversation because his conscience will get to him.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that. So he would never show up here. So you did the right thing, Thomas. You didn't say not one negative thing about him. You're not. You allowing us to say what we have to say. And everything is verified and proven.
Because if I was going to do that, not to cut you out, I would just would have called him and told him directly, like I've always done. I'm not. I don't. You know. Because that's what I do. But that wasn't my intent because it was for him because I understood, you know, what he had put out earlier. So I was like, well, Chief Matt be on my channel, so I'm not about to come on my channel and explain what you mean what he did. Just come explain.
First of all, you're being true to your word. This is what your quote unquote disagreement with me was. So it ain't like you out of character. You doing what you said you would do, right?
Oh shit!
Right.
On
That's a fact.
You see what I'm saying? So that goes without saying. But let me finish landing my plane, and I'll be done.
Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead. Finish landing your plane. Go ahead. Do your thing.
Hey, it's your damn platform. Stop it. But real quick, man to man, he know he would never do this. He will do it on his show, but it's going to be slanted towards his way. We're going to be in the wrong, but we know for a fact, like he know for a fact, and let me lower my voice so it won't come out as negative. He knows for a fact that the receipts are already out there. He know for a fact that I never lied not one time on him. He know that. He know he's taken thousands from people, knowing that there was no remedy on the other end.
True.
He knows that. And
Whoa,
he can't deny it.
Knowing there was ahead of time, knowing?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Now, also for the record, in some situations, he probably did go in with the intentions that he really wanted this to work. I get it.
Right.
But at some point, come on now, he realized that this wasn't it. He never came back to the forefront and said, hey, this wasn't it, y'all. He never did that. He just act like nothing never happened. Or he just make a blatant lie like a special deposit, like we stupid.
Wow.
But again, some people are, because the same people, and I'm going to say this.
Go ahead.
The
On my channel,
people,
you can name drop, you can say all that shit on my channel.
Got you. The same people that are in the chat over there with him, the same people, and you know he wrong, you are desperate. You don't do your own study at all, because if you did, you wouldn't be there. What's that big fat dumb motherfucker? What's his name? Dr. Bass, Dr. Bass. You's an ignorant motherfucker. What's the other one? The one that I helped you. What's his name? George. Invix, whatever. Yeah. You
EDU.
fake motherfucker. I'm
Huh.
a man. I'm saying this. Both of y'all fake and dumb. You dumb. And all other you motherfuckers that's still in that chat over there, it's clear that you don't have a mind of your own. You're not studying. You're waiting for them crumbs still to be dropped. Because if you had any sense, any common sense, and just read one page of the IRM or just one page of anything, your dumb
Yeah,
ass wouldn't be over there.
not at all.
And you deserve everything you get. And I mean that. This ain't emotion. This
Yeah.
is passion because you
Yeah.
dumb as a motherfucker. Think.
That's-
Think. What has he shown you? Think. And I'm done. Y'all some dumb motherfuckers. You deserve everything you get. Look at that man. Look at him. You
Yeah.
following him? Really?
He got followers too, but you know
God,
they gotta
I'm
be a
even
little bit
hating.
dumber
I'm
than
just keeping it real.
yeah.
That's
That's
crazy to me.
yeah.
Where's the remedy? Where's the remedy?
There is one.
Yeah.
There isn't one.
Come on. And a true person that has remedy, I'ma always tell you the truth. The remedy is not going to be the same for everyone.
Nope.
And you
That's
got
a
to know how to
fact.
stand on that
That's a
remedy.
fact.
That's why
That's a
I would
fact.
never sell a package that say
That's
it
a
will.
fact.
Because a true
That's a fact.
person with heart can't sell you nothing. You can't sell yourself. You got to stand on your square.
That's
Stop
a
it.
Yeah,
fact.
you do. You
That's a
do.
fact.
So you
That's
know
a
you
fact.
crook.
That's
Even
a
with court,
fact.
even with
Come
court cases,
on.
you might.
Okay, that's why I teach the foundation and
Thank you. And that's why I
understanding.
rocks with you.
You might
So
You
you
teach
just like
could
the
build so
foundation
you could
so
build
you can
your
stand
own.
on it.
yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah.
It's a million ways to skin a cat, and I'm proof of it. I did 4 cases. I had
All
4
done
cases.
differently.
It was a criminal drug case, whatever, and the rest of them was all traffic shit. But I wasn't using my U.S. dot number at the time. I was still using the state plates because I wasn't ready to use my U.S. dot number. So before I even used that information, I beat it. Just get like it's simple though. Like they go in there so crazy. Like you were saying the other day when I was on your live, the living man. You just like you said earlier, surety. You just proved that you surety. Thank you.
Facts.
Take him back and do whatever the fuck you want to do with him. Put whatever amount you're gonna put on this bond because we're gonna take all that shit. It don't really matter. But a person to tell you, yeah, come get this status correction, $750. It'll change your life, and then you buy it, and nothing changes.
Because
Except for
but
the
Yeah.
this
simple fact
this is
that
why
you gotta
nothing
accept.
changes. This is why nothing changes. The reason why nothing changes because there is no understanding of the foundational that
Yep.
everything started with in trust with the government.
In trust already. Yep, exactly.
Trust law is remember they use trust to get us to gift our property away, and it's evidence with the grant of a deed of trust.
Yep.
They're forming a trust with you there, and they use accounting to hide their accounts receivable side to you and throw it off on their affiliates in a consolidated balance sheet. Now, they have a banking class going on over there, which King V is pretty much mainly teaching. And King V sounds like he knows what he's talking about. I'm not going to take nothing away from King V. But King V can give me a manuscript. If I don't have understanding of the manuscript and how to execute that manuscript, it's just nothing but words on a piece of paper. Once again, it's always going to end back to square one. And most people that I see over there, they're just looking for a letter in the mail that says, oh, you don't owe anymore, or something that comes and takes away their immediate struggles they're going to, instead of getting, like I say, we all say, getting in the mud and getting a deep understanding. Because everyone on here have remedy in their own right. Otis, you got remedy. Famous Nobody's, you got remedy.
I got
You
remedy.
did court. Chief Mac, you say you got some things done. I've gotten some things done, but they've all been in their different ways and right. But the understanding is all the same.
Right.
The foundation.
Right. That part.
Without a foundation, I don't care what anyone is selling any class, it's still going to be foreign to you, and it's just going to be words that sound good to your ears. But that's why I tell everybody, get off the templates. Leave the templates alone.
Say that. Damn, you took the word out of my mouth. They looking for templates. That's it. You took the word out of
Right.
my mouth. They looking for templates.
Go, DJ. I'm gonna let you DJ. Go ahead. Expound on that, Otis.
They're looking for a template where you just put in your name, your last four, and whatever, and they want the verbiage to all be there. They have no idea that's the worst thing you could do. I'm gonna tell you one of my first remedies and it felt so good. Yes, for full transparency. Of course, you're gonna always start off with a so-called template. Yes, you are. But with your understanding of what's going on, you're going to change the words. You're going to rearrange this. With your understanding, you're going to realize what you just read and researched a month ago, and you're going to add that because you went and you researched, and you're going to add that to it. And then one beautiful day, after you put that paperwork into the court system, after nobody told you to do that, you just have the wherewithal to do that. And then a month later, you show up to court and they say all of a sudden, wow, we tried to contact you. We dismissed your case.
That's Otis, that story sounds familiar.
Knowing that you did that yourself.
Otis, that story sounds familiar, Otis.
Oh, okay. I appreciate. That's what people need to be able to understand what's going on. It's not the templates. It's the understanding. And with that being said, before I got my remedy, they act like they don't know what's going on. They're going to make you feel like you're retarded, like you're wrong. You still got to go through the charade because it's a theater. It's a show. They've been doing this since 33, whatever. This charade been going on for a long time. People not thinking and using common sense. Do you think they're going to let you through that side with a template that they already know and got a photocopy of in the back? And know that if they give you just a little small pushback, you're not going to know what to do? Do you think they're going to make it easy for you? No. Both my remedies I got on the last possible day. The day of. One where the judge didn't even come out of the chambers. I'm expecting to go there to pick the jury. But if you're not astute and you based it in waiting on the template, you're going to panic. And you're going to be right in the situation where you don't want to be in because you're relying on a template and you're not going to recognize the remedy when it appears because you're not studying. And it's the truth. And I'm living proof. So please get out of situations. It's great to be in groups. It's fine. But you got to take that information. You got to get in the field. You got to get that understanding. You got to do it yourself and know how to fight back. Because trust me, time is going to test to this. You know you right.
Right.
You know you right.
Facts.
You know you right.
Yep.
They're going to tell you wrong for days.
They're going to deny you. Yep. IRS all of them. They're going to test.
They're gonna test you. And I'm telling you, both my major victories, again, I got it on the last possible day because I stood on my square.
You had to stand on your square, Otis, like I did.
And that's what happened. You know what I'm talking about, Chief Matt. So to sell something, how could you sell what I just said? You can't sell that.
You can't sell it. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. A lot of my remedy with the IRS came after they dishonored it and told me in their response, unless you can prove to us that they will accept it. It's after that. A lot of it came. They denied it first. But when I proved, I stood on my square, knew what I was talking about, then they let it through.
They're going to try you.
But because the IRS, let me tell you one thing, especially about the IRS, courts every day, they're all under this thing. It's called plausible deniability. So meaning what the meaning is the IRS will know you're right. They may know you're right, but they may still send you a frivolous letter just to see if that's really your understanding or you came in with a template and it's scripted, and they have a mandate that if anything appears too similar to each taxpayer and scripted, to deny it from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So unless you can, that's why I tell people, I don't really get into templates because it makes no point without the understanding. So if the people, like, you got to think about it. Everybody on here, before we became woke, we was all deaf, dumb, and blind for over 20 years of our lives. What's wrong with taking an extra year or 2 year just to get an understanding? Because the ex-IRS agent, Joseph Bannister, the special agent, the CID division, the badge and gun special agent, background in accounting, he had to study 2.5 years before he brought his concerns to his superior at the IRS. And this is a person that knew way more about the IRS functionaries than us put together. He was working there for 15 years. He had to study for 2.5 years. So what do you think that means to a person that's never in their lifetime dealt with the IRS outside of the end of the year W-2 filings? I mean, what does that say?
Big difference, man. Big
We
difference.
gotta stop, and this is for everybody. TikTok, social media, Facebook, we gotta stop selling desperate people dreams, greedy people dreams, and start telling them the truth. And the ones who never end up with a remedy are the D&Gs, the desperate or the greedy.
Yeah.
And these are the two main human character traits that humans have that no result ever happened in their favor when they're operating in desperation and greed. So how can we expect positive results in a system where I don't give a damn if the bank scams you? I don't give a damn if they did everything wrong. They're part of the system. We have to do everything right.
Right.
We have to do everything right. You don't think the IRS know the banks don't loan you no money? You don't think the IRS know as soon as you sign that retail installment contract or that deed of trust in exchange for the property, the IRS ain't counting that as a transaction closed? You think the IRS know that you didn't get the proceeds? They don't know you ain't get the proceeds. The IRS is thinking you exchanged that debt instrument for property, and then you voluntarily agreed to pay that debt instrument back, what you already paid. The IRS don't know you voluntarily agreed.
Right,
Why do you think the IRS does not focus off your actual property security and debitness? The only thing they focuses on is that debt instrument. Why do you think they only focus on that? They don't care about that property because it was never about the property. It was about you issuing the debt, incurring the debt in exchange for the property. That is a exchange, a barter, broker transaction. It is not a loan. You think the IRS don't know that?
Right.
They know that already. You think the IRS don't know that? Why do you think it's considered a sale, whether if it's a sale or exchange, if you issue a debt instrument in exchange for property? Anytime we in a consumer transaction, what are we doing? We are issuing a debt instrument in exchange for property. We are the issuers. Since we're the issuers, guess what? Why do you think the IRS considers us a broker that issues and retires their own debt instruments? What happens when you pay off your auto loan? You retire that debt instrument. That debt instrument is no longer in service. So what happens when we pay off our home? We retire that debt instrument. The IRS considers us a broker. Who are you a broker on behalf of? See, the IRS knows the difference between all caps and us. They know that.
Right. Of course they do.
They already know that. So why do you have to come in trying to tell them you're that when they got forms that you use to let them know that you're not that? They already got forms to use. And y'all keep talking. Okay, you can just click the link if you want to come up. Just click the link. If you want to come up, click the link. I'm about to drop that. But if it goes to show with everybody that has a W-2. Everyone that fills out a W-2, gets a W-2, fills out a W-4. You are supposed to understand the tax classification that those forms follow under. Because the IRS, this is in the IRS Special Agent Handbook. Everyone is presumed to know the law, and ignorance is no excuse. All right, click the link. Ignorance is no excuse for voluntary actions. So the IRS has already got the tax classification for these W-4s and W-2s. So they're supposed to, you are presumed to know that those are tax 5 gift and estate tax forms, meaning any taxes that fall under the W-2, the W-4, or 1099, it is a class 5. Well, where do we have all our tax and credits on the gift and estate side? It's on the class 5.
That's true. Oh.
We have $13.8 million
Wow.
in gift and estate credits to use against the tax. So what happens when you fill out a 1099 and there's a withholding? You're doing a 1099 between your business and you withheld for one business, thinking your other business is going to come claim that on their tax return. The IRS says, okay, that's what you want to do, but where's your Form 945 at? To evidence that you actually withheld. You're supposed to file the 945. Where's your Form 709 at every quarter with your 1099A, with your 1099 OID, or your 1099B? Where's your 709 every quarter? They put it out there. They say, hey, a OID is the issue price, the issue price of the debt instrument versus the maturity rate. The difference is the OID. So where's this quarterly 709 OID that we're filing with the IRS every quarter to recoup that difference plus what we already paid on the account every quarter? Where's the semi-annually calculations for the OIDs and the annual, 6 months to a year from the date you get it? The IRS is telling you, we don't care. Y'all can get your money, your credit. Just do it the right way. I mean, they're talking to you, not in black and white, but they're talking to you. Where only the astute is going to pick it up. And this is for everybody. You don't have to have a dream of $500 million because you're never going to get it from them. $100 million, you're never going to get it because you're never going to get it from them. But here's the thing. Every single one of us, even your husband, your wife, your son, your daughter, your grandma, your grandparents, everybody should be filing their quarterly returns to get back out what they paid on a transaction that the IRS deemed has already been settled. So when people say, oh, that 1099 shit don't work, them 1099s don't work. No, it didn't work for you because you didn't do your study and research. But don't down or send strays at people who's teaching the class. Oh, y'all can fuck with them tax forms if you want. Why not fuck with the tax forms? You gotta fuck with the tax forms. So why not understand the capacity and what we're operating on? Every W-2, every W-9 is a class 5 gift and estate tax form, meaning you're giving a gift. And since the IRS has you classified as a certain entity, then why not use the tax form that's aligned with the classification they gave us? They all gave us our status correction for the day we were born. They all gave us our status correction. We didn't have to tell them we had the status correction. We didn't have to say we the living man. They all gave it to us. They have a tax form to use so you can report all your income that you made within the United States, but it won't be taxable. And Chief Mac, you was in a class last night, so you know what the hell I'm talking about.
No doubt.
They have a form for it. You don't have to sit in the stat. They have a form for it. That's why we got to know the capacity, who they view us for filling out the the W-2 and the W-4. That's 26 USC section 1441, 1442, 1443, and 1446. Look how they classify us already. They're saying, you're right. You're not a U.S. citizen. You're right. You're not a taxpayer. You're right. We know you, okay. Oh, you want to file this form? Then that means you are a U.S. taxpayer. Now we're going to tax your ass. So as they get taxed out their ass now, I want remedy. I want help now. The IRS looking at her like, help what? We told you, we know you not this. That's why we gave you a classification outside of a U.S. taxpayer, U.S. citizen.
Yep.
And you should have known your classification when you filling out a W-2. You should know who that applies to. That's how the IRS thinks. He said, motherfucker, you should already know. We told you.
They're
Who is
making
supposed to be
assumptions.
filling out W-2s?
Yeah.
Who's supposed to be filling out the W-2? Who? Who does that? Who's that classified under? Oh, yeah. So you're supposed to be filling out the tax return that's associated with the classification we gave you already. We don't want to hear no excuse. Pay this fucking bill. I mean, that's how the IRS, that's how they work.
Right. Most definitely.
And I get it. We may not, now, come on now. That ain't something that's talked about in our households growing up. So we know the wordplay. We know the nuances to that. We know the nuances to it, ladies and gentlemen. We know the nuances. But god damn it, we have to strap up our bootlaces. We gotta put our big boys boots on. We gotta put our big girl boots on. Stop making
No doubt, man. No doubt. Tough love, man.
Stop worrying about why we don't have today. Stop worrying about lack. Stop what we don't have, and take each opportunity to move closer to the intended results. Because I don't give a damn if you came on this. You are not getting that out this system unless you pay your dues. You're going to pay your dues. You're going to lose before you win in this system. Everything's not going to be a grand slam off the park, and your remedies are going to come in the most subtle ways. Every remedy is not going to be that $50 million remedy. And I don't care if it's taxes, IRS, court case, whatever. There's a remedy in every aspect of this system.
Right.
And you could go about it multiple ways. You ain't got to go about it my way. If you ain't doing it my way, then it ain't going to get done. Or if you ain't doing it this way. There's multiple ways to skin this cat. Because everything is interconnected. So I do find it rich where when people have classes, they always got to make sure if you're not here, you ain't gonna get nothing else, nothing other channel, nothing. I just don't think that's accurate. And I land my plane.
You gotta give something to get something.
Somebody, I land my plane. Somebody.
You gotta give something. You gotta give something to get something. I want us all to win. I even want Midwest to win. I want us all to win, man. We've been at this other throat too long, man. I can't afford to make any more mistakes, man. Just be donating money, man. I done spent a lot of money with him. I done lost it. And I'm not bitter or nasty or angry toward him when I lost it, because I know I had to take responsibility for myself, man. I made that damn decision to do that. He didn't make me. I should have did more research and study, so I've learned from my mistakes, and I just chose to make it an executive
Now,
decision.
Otis, hold on.
Yeah, so I just, I'm not bitter.
Go ahead. There's a delay, so go ahead. There's a delay.
I'm sorry, but yeah, I said I'm not angry and bitter with nobody, man, at all. I don't have that in my heart. I don't even want to carry that in my heart. Because how people don't live long, because they carrying animosity and bitterness in their heart like that. And when you don't have pride, you got pride, man. Pride comes before destruction, man. When you don't have a sense of humility about yourself like that, man, you're in trouble, man. I've been that, done that. You know what I'm saying? I just want to, man. I'm sticking with you, Thomas, man. I'm betting on you. And I know I rolled the dice and I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win, man. Otis, I want you to win, brother, man. I appreciate you, man.
Bet on yourself.
Yeah.
I was just about to. You took the words out.
I already know. Trust me, I already know. I heard the talk. I heard I know, Thomas. I know. Bet on yourself. Bet on yourself.
Yeah, that's how I was just about to say that. You're going to get your remedy through your own efforts.
And guess what? I'm doing it because I put some tremendous effort in. So I don't have no animosity with Midwest or nobody like that. I'm from the old school, man. We fight, we do it out, man. I give you a black eye, I'm gonna give you a strawberry shake to put on that, man. It's a steak to eat with it, man. I ain't got no hate, no animosity, but you ain't gonna sit there and just throw my name out there and drag it, man, on something that you can do no research on and find out whether if it's true or not. We gotta operate in honor, man. That's how you live long. If you keep on with that type of lifestyle, just being a knee-jerk reaction to reacting to things you hear from people without going to the source, that's a dangerous way to live, man. I don't like living that way.
We got that, and here's the thing: we got that. I don't want to keep taking off on the same plane. We understand you. I agree with you. That's why I texted him, said, "Hey, come over here live so you can have the conversation with the man." He didn't want to come, but Otis got Otis. What you got service to offer? Go ahead and tell. Go ahead. What you have to offer for services and stuff.
Listen, I appreciate you offering me that, but no, I'm not going to. That's not what I'm here for. You know me. I keep it 100. I don't do that. But I will do this though. I promote my channel. For those that are new here to this channel, I'm here streaming live.
Yeah.
Thank you for allowing me to do that. To stream live from your channel, come to my channel and subscribe to me, OtisWho podcast on YouTube. OtisWho podcast on YouTube. I appreciate that.
Hit the thing. Anybody come to see you?
Nobody come to see you.
No, listen. If you see me, I'm not behind. No, I'm in my laptop.
Yeah. You ain't
chilling, you know. But to piggyback real quick off what Chief Max said, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. For those that do know me, you know I'm passionate. I'm a Scorpio. I talk a lot of shit for real. What I said about Midwest, I meant it, but take all the animation out. I do want everyone to win. But let me say this. And I mean this, including myself. The only ones that are going to win for the most part are those that deserve to win. Yeah, some crooks win. Visually, the optics, they riding around in their cars and they got the big houses and all that, the property and all that. But in actuality, are they really winning? So I'm saying this. Right. I know I'm not perfect. Nobody is. But my intentions are always to strive out to be, and I will never do anything to anyone that I do not want done to myself, especially in this field and what we're doing. And that's been proven, and that's how I move. So those that deserve to be happy and deserve to be on the other side, you're going to get it. But you just got to study and work for it. And you got to get it for yourself. Yourself, not relying on nobody else. Because if you do get that knock, the real knock or that proverbial knock, you got to answer that motherfucker door.
That's a fact.
And it's your facts. Put them heels in that 45-degree angle, and you better know what the hell to say. You better not get stuttering. You can't call me. You can't call Thomas. You can't call nobody. You better call that recall and stand on it.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact. You're going to get this.
A statement and not a question.
That's a fact. And that's it. You're going to get your remedy through your own efforts. I'm just helping God out with the foundation. But you're going to get it. You're going to walk through that door. I can't walk through that door with you. They don't want to hear from me. When it's regarding you, they don't want to hear from me. They don't want to hear from me. You got to walk through the door. And I'm getting everybody, and I try my hardest to get everybody that passion, that drive, that fire, so they can have that confidence in standing on their square. When you know, like Otis, when you went in the courtroom, there was nothing they could have told you that day that was going to move you. You know what it is, and you're going to stand on it. Famous nobodies, you too. Everybody, you get that. It's that confidence in knowing. It's hard to explain the feeling when you send something off and you know what's coming behind it. Not I hope it happens. Well, I hope it's going to come through. Oh, what do you think? What's happening? That to the point that once you send it off, you ain't even got to worry about it no more. It's in the universe. The universe got it from there. And a lot of people don't understand is you got to ask, if you got to keep having webinar after webinar after webinar after webinar after webinar, and there's no results, but then you got 1,000,001 complaints on the back end, then maybe that's probably the universe. It's something that's happening that you're not getting where you really want to be. And we always got to make sure that we always move in pure intentions. We don't have no malice in our heart. We don't have no hatred for another when we're doing this stuff. Because your spiritual, the inside, that plays a part in your remedy. It plays a part.
It does.
It plays a part.
Come on, man. Do you honestly think if I was a man of bad character, I could have walked out that courtroom? Come on, man.
No. Hey, Otis.
Come on, man. That's what I'm trying to get people to understand.
Look. Better yet.
No. Hell no.
You think they would have let me walk out that courthouse knowing that I have a KPS? I had a $50,000 KPS warrant and a $40,000 KPS warrant, and I walked right out of that joint. They couldn't touch me. I
Come
wasn't the
on, man.
surety.
So but
The judge looked at me
mm,
and was just like, "Have a good day." I
But
was like,
but
"All right,
but
man."
but famous but famous
It's
nobodies,
something
famous
to
nobodies.
be.
I'm taking famous nobodies. I'm
Yep.
taking it deeper between the surface. Not
Yeah,
about
yeah,
the
for sure. You
actual
got to.
acts that you did before you got that. I'm talking about the individual who you are in your daily life. You can't be expected remedy if you out there ripping people off, taking
right.
people money,
Yes.
scamming. You can't expect good to come back to you.
No,
Yes.
sir.
So
That's
that's where that block comes in, right? Where you
yes.
got to keep having
Blocking your
remedy after remedy. I
blessing.
mean, right? Where you got to keep having webinar after webinar after webinar, but you really haven't established no
Anything.
concrete, hard results yourself. Then you got to sit back and look like what's going on here.
And
Mm-hmm.
even when you get a win, it's still a setback because you still got those lower vibrational ways and tendency. You just set yourself up to
Facts.
be more of who you are to destroy yourself.
Killed
You
that.
better change that.
Man,
That's a
killed
You
that.
better
fact.
And the
change it.
greed is being
You-
exposed.
yes, the
Yeah.
greed. Oh, one thing about this process, y'all. You're all going to know more about yourself and the inner workings and who people really are in this
Mm-hmm.
space. Oh,
Yep.
yeah. The greed comes out, the desperate, the sense of entitlement. I mean, and then people who stay in honor, who they really are. See, staying in honor is not something that you have to be told to do. Like when
No.
you know you owe, you don't have to somebody call you, hey, you make your payment yet? You know when you owe someone, just like when you know someone owes you. It's that moral conflict between owing someone and paying versus owing someone and not. We know what we're supposed to be doing and what we're not doing. And I know the temptation is to not do it because it may be instant gratification for going through the back door. But we know the ones who say, you know what? I ain't going. I'm gonna go ahead and do the right thing. You're not doing that for immediate payout. You're doing that putting your spiritual money in the bank. That's your
Exactly.
spiritual dollars you
Yeah.
Come on, man.
put in the bank
Come
because
on,
you
man.
never know when you're gonna need a blessing. When
Saving
you
up.
do something out the kindness of your heart, you're not doing it for the person. You ain't doing it for the person to do you a solid when you need them in the future. That's not
Right.
no doing out the kindness of your heart. That's doing something with conditions. When you do something at the kindness of your heart, all you're doing is putting spiritual money in the bank. So whenever you need a solid from the higher power, you can at least be like, well, damn, guy, I got all this saved up. You know what I'm saying? Can I cash in one of my good deeds? It ain't for now. And
Right.
instant
There you go, man.
gratification is the problem with a lot of people in these spaces. They want the instant gratification because we're so used to, if I give you $10, I get $10 worth of goods. If I get this, we're so used to the barter exchange. We're not looking at this as investments. I'm investing in my
Right.
studies. When you go to school, you got to pay. When you go to college, you got to pay. Want to be a doctor, you're going to have about 100 grand in debt, but it's an investment because the future returns, the fruits of your labors is going to be worth it.
Mm-hmm. No
And
Man,
bullshit.
these
you preaching, man.
donations, and I don't like that word. No, because I'm just being honest, because I don't like that word donation. I don't because
Breeze.
you can't charge if it's a
It's
donation. I don't like
it's a
that
it's,
word
it's a
donations.
it's a cop out.
I
It's
don't.
a cop out.
A donation is given
Right.
free.
I don't like
You
that
just give it.
donation.
You give a donation just to give it. Like when you go to
Right.
Wawa or a store.
When
Hey, would you like
when
to
he when he
give 30 cents to
Right.
this donation?
when he
How
said
about
You
a
know?
gift?
when he said
Feel
the
What
me?
word
word would you use instead?
when you say
He's
the word
saying donation.
donation,
See
when you
that
say
right there is
donation, that's telling you don't ask for it back. If you say donation, that means it was given and don't ask for it back. That's what it
and
means.
no service
That's a
was
fact.
offered either.
What word would you replace that with, Lamont? Just curious. We
My
just having a
prices.
conversation because I wouldn't know what I would
Um.
what would replace it
Now.
with. I don't know.
Now. If we're now in context,
Mm-hmm.
um, pay. This is
Yep.
a service charge.
We in commerce
Service
right now.
charge.
Yeah.
Service. Okay. Got
It's a service charge.
Yep.
yeah. I
Because
got
when
you.
you say a yeah, because when people say, all right, just make a donation in exchange, you get this, then it's not a donation because a donation, there should be no expectation of any form of consideration coming back.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
Using
not basing
goods and
off the
services,
words.
then
I'm basing more off the substance of what's going on. If you
Mm-hmm.
say donate 750 to get a status correction, that is a transaction. That's not a donation. If you
Yeah.
say donate 750 and then I'm going to use that 750 to go buy this and this and this and give it to someone for free, then that's a donation.
Right.
It's not a donation. If you're giving me $750, then I give you a status correction or a trust or bond or do your tax documents for you. That's a transaction. We just got to start calling the substance what it is.
I just about to say that.
A donation don't have
Call it what it
expectation
is.
to it. A donation don't
Right.
have
There's no donation. There's no right. Right. There's no expectation of anything in return. So call it what it is. But that's the part that I get weary when people say, "Oh, you got to make a donation." Then you can't ask for no refund when it's a donation. Come on now. You know the substance of the transaction.
Well,
I'm paying you for you to do this.
Yeah, you know.
So it goes back to your point, Otis. It goes back to your point that you must know ahead of time. You must know ahead of time something is fishy about this doc or something. When you said when you know it's the truth, but you still hold the truth close. So it goes back to that. Like you must know ahead of time something that this person that's supposedly donating don't see. See what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I may be stretching, but I'm trying to interconnect it because those international bills of exchange trying to purchase a car with an international bill of exchange. Come on now. Come on now. Like, come on now. But you can't, we gotta, these are the people, like, we gotta stop. What's the old term? If it sounds too good to be true, then most likely it is.
It is. Right.
It is.
They don't say that for no reason. If it sounds too good to be true, more likely what it is, because when it sounds too good to be true, we all know in this world, you don't get nothing without putting hard work and dedication into it. You know that shit don't come free, but with things that come free, like hitting the lottery. Why do you think very few people hit the lottery for millions when there's all these millions of people? Why do you think very few hit the lottery a year? Because the odds of you gaining riches by a $20 ticket, it's so low. But everybody's chasing that American dream. That's why these lottery companies make millions of dollars a year for everybody crapping out at the dice table. Because everybody thinks they're going to be that one person. Everybody's expecting to hit the lottery. And then we get to chasing. Then we start chasing the remedy. Now, I've seen people who've been in these spaces 10 years or longer, and the same process or this space that they came to free them has now enslaved them.
Yeah.
Mm.
Can't break a loose from it.
Because they can't. Yeah, so like we gotta understand that there's just certain layers to this stuff that I can't teach you. Otis can't teach you. Famous Nobody's Chief Max, the other brother on here, Minamo name Miss Magnet, Crypto Gorilla, everybody in the chat. There's some aspects about this that we can't teach. We can't teach researching. We can't teach dedication. We can't teach hard work. We can't teach commitment to the process. You already got to have that coming in. You got to have that coming through the door. You got to have that coming through the door. We can't teach. Stay on your studies. Keep studying. Read the Internal Revenue Manual. Read on trust law. Read on courts. Read on banks and bankings. You got to have that determination to do it. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, y'all.
No, you're right. You're right. Hey, you're right. Of course, everything you said is obvious. That's why nobody is saying nothing. Can I say this real quick, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I'm gonna let you enjoy your birthday.
Yeah. People coming through. Yeah.
Yeah, and again, happy birthday to you. I'm gonna say this jokingly, but serious at the same time, because I kid. That silver fiasco that you're gonna get 1,000%, yada with the woo. Well, the good thing about that is, I know Chief Mac, but anyway, what they did do though, and this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about, and please hear me out, and I mean this now, that in that bullshit, what it made me do, going down that rabbit hole, when I took my 20 ounces and I did send it in to Fidelity, I did that little process, okay? It's in Fidelity. It was worth $400 and some at that time. What has happened, which it is a beautiful thing, silver has gone up since then. It made me get into the quote-unquote stock market of the minerals and things like that, because I do understand the true value of lawful money, silver, gold. I understand it. We all know that. So when I got off that nightmare/dream, I woke up and I got into really following it. Now, to make a long story short, that silver, that 20 ounces of silver is now worth over $620. and that's
Yeah, that's
been within
perfect.
a
Yeah,
short time. So
yeah,
silver is definitely going up.
Yep. Yep.
yeah,
It's definitely
yeah.
going up. When I got it, it
Yeah,
was
that's
at
the
$22
natural.
an ounce. Now it's at like $30 an ounce. So, and
That's
it's
a
going to
fact.
go up even higher. So that's the blessing out of that.
That's a
Yes.
fact. That's a fact. That's a
Most
fact.
definitely.
That was as soon as you did that. Because remember, I talked to you about that. As soon as you
Yeah.
did it that way, oh, that was going to happen regardless. That was
Right.
going to start to go up. You leave it in, but the
Uh-huh.
whole 1,000% interest a day.
Nah,
That's
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
retarded.
Yeah,
That's retarded.
the government has regulation that's a cap.
So,
Do you
uh-huh.
know if anything has 1,000% interest a day? Do you know there'd be nobody with a job?
Yep.
Everybody be in that market. So, but the
Uh-huh.
normal increase of the silver, that's the more realistic way of doing. So now you're seeing your money grow, you're seeing the interest accrue, and once it gets to a certain point, you may just withdraw the interest and go use that to purchase another commodity that gains value. Or you just want to withdraw the interest yourself, but you always going to leave the principal in. So now you can start living off the interest. Take the interest in, like bankers, they call it turning the money. As interest comes in the front door, it's being loaned back out the back door. That's what banks do. They loan the interest payments that they get coming out. They loan the interest. It's all about that interest. That interest
Right.
is more important than the principal. So once your interest gains on that to a certain point, Otis, you can have about 10, 15 stocks that started with that one deposit of silver. Now you start having interest from multiple. You could trade, you could sell, buy. It starts the whole rabbit's hole of that one class that you took, and you've taken a negative and turned it into a positive within the situation. So
Right.
that's what's up.
That part. Most
Let's
definitely.
make a lemonade out of lemons, man. That's what life is all about, man. Instead of doing reflex, you try people be projecting. Stop projecting and go within, man. That's what I'm doing with myself. I'm not projecting anything. I'm minding the business that pays me. I'm trying to increase and become a better man. I have a 13-year-old child that needs her dad that loves me, and I'm trying to live for her. And I'm not worried
Uh,
about what nobody's doing, but worried about what I'm doing, man. But I'm happy. Thomas, man, enjoy your birthday, brother, man.
yeah,
Man,
yeah.
man,
And
enjoy
yeah,
yourself,
I want
man.
to thank y'all, fellas. I want to thank y'all. Thank everybody in the chat. Thank y'all for the birthday wishes. Thank the brothers and sisters that's in here. Thank y'all for hopping up on the panel with me. I want to thank y'all. Like, this wasn't a live to start attacking anyone. People just voice their opinions. Like I said, I gave him a chance to come too, so it won't seem like people talk behind his back. He didn't take it, so it is what it is. We're gonna keep pushing. We're gonna keep
No doubt.
studying. We're gonna keep figuring this shit out, and we're gonna take it one day at a time. But one day closer, we're moving closer to our destiny. We
No doubt,
control our
brother.
destiny. We control what gets out of this. All right, y'all. Thank you.
All right.
Y'all take
Enjoy
care,
your
brother.
birthday.
Peace,
All right,
love.
Enjoy
y'all.
your
Thank you.
birthday.